Welcome, ladies and gents, to a new save, and we're going to be playing here in Portugal at Académica. I chose them for a couple of reasons. One is that this team used to be in the Premier League here, but now they're all the way down at the bottom. So my goal is to bring them back up to their former glory. They are 2.5 reputation stars here, which is going to be quite challenging in Portugal because Portugal has a very, well, I wouldn't say very low, but not a very high reputation compared to France, Spain, and the UK. And what that means is it's a lot harder to buy and sell players. So we're going to have that challenge too, but hopefully we can raise the entire reputation of Portugal up here. So yeah, this team is really interesting. So in terms of facilities, they have a really nice stadium. It holds 29,000, which is quite large for Portugal. Most Portugal stadiums in the Premier League hold like 10,000. So this is going to be amazing when we get there because it's really hard to convince a board in this game to build a stadium. Either they build it too soon or build it too late, I feel like. So we're going to have that as an advantage. And they have really good youth training and youth recruitment facilities too, which are going to be great. So we're going to be using these to use youth on our side to try to build, hopefully, one of the best like youth academies in the world and homegrown a lot of players. So that is the play here, to take advantage of this youth academy, play with youth, also play with data. We're going to be spending a lot of time in the data hubs here. Going to be using all of my data science knowledge I have from work. We're going to be applying that to the data hub and tactics and all that fun jazz there. We're not going to be moneyballing it per se, but we're just going to really try to adjust much as we can based on what goes in and off the field here. So yeah, that's the setup. That's what we're dealing with here. We hop into dynamics, which matter a lot. Of course, right now this is a new save, so it's pretty much abysmal. Team just doesn't work well, jive well together. We got some team leaders here, so I'm actually very unfamiliar with this squad and team in general. I have no idea what the actual team look like in the game. Like I said, just kind of looked around different leagues and just picked a challenge basically. So looks like the team leader here we have Seco here, Hugo Seco. He is 35 years old. Okay, he's pretty old. Then the highest highly influencer is 31. Okay, interesting. So this actually is quite a problem that we have already. Your dynamics in this game matter a lot, like a whole ton. I don't know if this matters in other games, in previous Football Manager games, but this one it matters a lot. And we can have literally the best team in the game, but if your cohesion is abysmal or your atmosphere is not great, you just kind of suck because the players just won't perform well on the field. They're going to be wanting to leave. They're going to want to get out of here. They're not going to want to sign contracts, all those types of things. So it's really bad. So what we need to do here is probably look into either like seeing how we can help facilitate this a little bit more in ways that we can, either like bringing in players who are quite young-ish, who have good leadership skills, who can come in and try to take this mantle. Because as it says here, is like, yeah, like our team leader Hugo is approaching the end of his career, and then we're also lacking the number of highly influential players on the squad. So you want at least, I feel like 2 or 3 players here, and then someone take over as leader as well. So yeah, so we got that going on from here. We'll take a look at the team and see more about like the squad itself, get a feel for things. Okay, so for the squad itself, it's pretty interesting. We have Nakawano. I'm gonna butcher a lot of names here. I'm not familiar with Portuguese in general. This guy's not Portuguese, he's from Nigeria. But yeah, he's gonna be pretty decent at being defensive midfielder. which is pretty great. It's good to have players like this, basically really good at marking, tackling. Interesting enough, it says in his like negatives that he is well, not negatives. I think it was a trait, maybe. Maybe it was a trait I'm thinking of. Yes, does not dive into tackle, so he won't be doing any hard tackles, which is pretty interesting to be back there and not do that. So yeah, he's fairly definitely good. Definitely gonna work with this guy for sure. So he's, like I said, he's 31. His contract expires at the end of the year. Yeah, it's gonna be great there. The next thing I've noticed is that we have a couple of wingers that are pretty decent. So we have Hugo, which is our winger that we have. He's an attacking mid. He's pretty good. We have another guy here who also pairs with him as well. Right here, this guy, which he's also 36. So this team is aging like milk. This card, right? And even like the best player, the technically the next best player we have is here, is this guy, which is he's pretty decent. He's got good dribbling, he's got good pace, he's got good determination, he's good off the ball. Yeah, he's great. Problem is that he's on loan. So yeah, he's not even a player that way, which is fine. So because when you're in these lower divisions too, it's like you really don't care to have players on contract per se, unless they're homegrown, because it's going to be a revolving door, right? Because, for example, if we get promoted this year, I don't think any of these guys. Let's go to contract. I think contract wise, we're actually in a pretty good place because really there's only like this guy here, which I will definitely come back to. He's one of the youth players that we have that are he's really good at 18 years old. But everybody else is like not gonna be here for long, which is awesome. I was a little I was a little worried about that because there were times where I was a little worried about that because there are times where you will get like a third division or a second division team and everyone's on some long contracts and it makes it hard, right? We're gonna have some really good opportunities here because let's say we get promoted this season. Everyone's gonna want 20% increase in salary while we're trying to also get better. At the same time as like our best players are in their 30s. That's gonna make it really, really hard to be like, okay, you're 36. We're gonna give you a 30% increase. It's like that's not gonna be great. So yeah, that's what we got here so far. But we have a lot of wingers that are actually pretty decent. It seems like the middle of the field is where we're going to struggle with. And what I mean by that is like it's going to be all of the players who can be like playmakers or just anything in the midfield. Even defending, they're pretty decent, but what's going to be interesting when it comes to building tactics. Like this guy is our deep line playmaker. He's 2 stars. This guy is Mazala. He's 2.5 stars. But ball winning midfielders, you betcha, we got 3 of them. so, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. The other thing too that's interesting is that we have some white backs here, wing backs, on the right side. Okay, but this guy here on the right side is really, really good. I'm excited to play with this guy for sure because looking at this team, I'm definitely thinking to use wing play, and crossing is going to be incredible with this guy, and passing too. I'm excited to get this guy in the field. He's got good pace, good stamina. I think he's going to be one to look out for, and he's 24, so yeah, I'll resign this contract today. Like, yeah, this guy's gonna be great on this team. So I would consider him probably one of our biggest assets that we have. The play that I'm thinking here. Um, yeah, but there's no one to play on the left side. There's no left wing back. So, like, he can play left, but he should play right because he's better on the right side. He has a very strong right foot. Like, we should utilize him and not put him on the left side just because if no one to put over there. So I gotta figure that out for sure. And then the defensive, the center backs here, we have an interesting setup. So this guy here, Miguel, is 30. Miguel is awesome at 30. We'll definitely keep an eye on his age and see how he ages, but he's just gonna be pretty useful for sure. So we'll definitely have him. But this guy, Dago Costa, is 31 years old. Nothing wrong with being 31, I should add. But yeah, he's got 3 stars. He's not very worked very much. He's very professional. I don't know how long, because I'm kind of curious. Okay, he hasn't been here. He's been here for a couple of years. Okay, all right. But honestly, this guy here, he's going to be the first move we're going to make before even progressing a day, is that this guy's going to either go on a transfer or on a loan, because I don't think we should play him. If we're going to stick to our youth plan, we have this guy here, Lars. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name, but he's 3 stars right now, and he's potential of 4, and he's 25 years old. He's got high determination, and yeah, he's very determined to be a great player. This is what you want in your locker room. So you want this guy on the field at center back. So I 100% will like to utilize this guy. And the best way to grow players in this game is, yeah, youth facilities matter, but at the same time, it's also about like, or training facilities matter, and is what I mean. But like, at the same time, it's like, you gotta play players. You just gotta play them. I've just noticed that you can have like an incredible youth talent come in, but then you don't play them. You just put them in training. They won't get as good as you think. Gotta play them. So play him, put him on loan. So this guy's gonna be in. He's already homegrown, so he's gonna play for sure. And then we have the other doggo. So one doggo out, one doggo in. This guy here, also really, really great. He's got great strength so far, good pace, good natural fitness. Yeah, he's 18 years old. 18 years old. Like, he already fits pretty well with the team too. Like, yeah, this is gonna be awesome. I think his negatives right now is that, like, yeah, he needs to work on actual skills. Not like he's crappy in the locker room, he's not consistent, or don't like big matches. No, he's good at all those things, man. Like, this guy is gonna be a legitimate potential thing here, potential like weapon that we can have in the future. So we're definitely going to keep him no matter what, as long as possible. I will also extend that contract as far in the future as I can. Yeah, if he comes in with transfer requests, I'm likely just going to ignore him, being honest. So yeah, so that's the squad we got so far. Other thing, notes of goalkeepers are not very good. Carlos here is okay, but like, honestly, he just gonna needs to be a goalkeeper. We're not gonna do any sweeper kickings or anything like that. In terms of tactic, I'm thinking wing play for sure, but I was kind of wanting to do something like route one, or just something fun and different, right? Instead of like the the gang press that everyone else does, the overpower tactic in this game. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to try something that was actually fun and creative, and find players to do fun and creative stuff with it in a tactic. But route one was going to be one of them, but we don't really have anybody that we're route one the ball to, a playmaker down the field. And our goalkeeper, I don't want him I don't want him doing that. So this guy is not very good. He's what we got. Our backup has some potential to be better than him. But yeah, so they're not really the best right now. They're probably gonna work for League 3, this like Division 3, I mean, Liga 3, but they're not gonna be all that great going forward. So that's something we need to look into, is that. Okay, so looking into something else with the team here, I have found a red flag, and I'm glad I caught this before I progressed a day. That's why it's good to just go through pretty much as much information as possible. Is that we have a B team, but the B team doesn't play any games. the U19 team does play games. So that's something to keep in mind here, because we do have players in the, if you go to the Dev Center and the Academic B squad, we have players on here. We have this goalkeeper on here. There's another goalkeeper. This guy is not very good, but he is a goalkeeper that's on our team. He's 18 years old. Right now he's on the B team. Well, what we should do is, like, anyone on the B team, they need to be in what I would always say 3 places to grow. Honestly, because the B team won't play any games, so they just will not get better fast. The U19s, they have a full schedule. They're gonna play a lot. And the senior team, of course, plays a lot too. So everyone on the B team needs to A, be promoted to the senior team, B, go to U19, or C, be out on loan, or go to or I can go to or continue over to an affiliate. I think those are basically what we have to do here, because yeah, this team should not be a team that can't do anything. Like, this guy here is really great. I'm pretty sure he's on. We're moving him up to the senior team. Well, yeah. So this is another good center back that we have. Great. We are flying in center backs. We might just do 3 at the back. Honestly, looking at this now, that actually might make sense to do 3 at the back or something. Looking at this, because holy crap. Yeah, we have just to get some reps in. But we're gonna move this guy to the senior team. It's another center back that we got. And then we have this guy here is interesting. So he's a guy for the left side. He's got a lot of potential. We actually don't know much about him, but he's on our team and he's on loan from this team, from the Premier League. Okay, interesting. This may be one of those, like, real life quirk things, but yeah, not much to do about this one. I'm gonna move him to the U19 team as well. He's young. We're not paying much for him, but I could put him on the senior team. It's worth a lot. And he's on loan until... You know what? I don't think I can change this now. Because I did it. I'll change it later, but I think I'm gonna move him to the senior team. Because why not? We have another center back. This guy's not very good. He's 23 years old. Honestly, I think we should just terminate his contract. Or, yeah, we should just terminate this guy's contract. He's not worth much. This guy is a winger. Okay, pretty good. 18 years old. Great. U19. That's great. Got wingers, and looks like we got another winger here. Great. Cool. Great players. U19. And we'll set up training for them to be better at their positions. And we have another. This guy is not very good either. He's 23. I think we're gonna release him too. And he's doesn't cost anything. He doesn't even have, like, an official contract, but it's just not worth having. I'm just gonna be honest there. It's just not worth it. And this guy, Miguel, okay, he's striker. Okay, we'll move him to U19 team as well. So that's cleaned up. All right. So next I'll go through and I'll clean up. I'll do some staff stuff, and then I'll report back when we get to the tactic. Okay, so for tactic here, we're probably gonna be going with wing play, like I mentioned. The fluid counterattack is interesting. Once again, I'm not sure who I would want to bring that ball up like that. So we're just gonna go at wing play. Wing play, crosses, get the ball into the box, recommending a 5-2-3, which is actually something that we should probably do, honestly, is do this one. Because I was thinking about more of a 4-3-3. I was thinking of a 4-3-3. Not a 4-3-3, no. Yeah, 4-2-3. I was thinking about this. So fullback, fullback. Yeah, but we should do the 5-2-3. I think this makes sense because we're gonna have the players who can play both these roles, and then we're gonna have maybe some wing backs, but we're definitely gonna have 3 central defenders. I like that because that's gonna give us the ability to do this. So I don't know about these roles here for sure. These roles are interesting. I don't like that. So we're gonna do no nonsense in the middle, and then we're just gonna do a wide center back on defense on both sides. We're not gonna have you guys on attack. I don't know about that. It's it's a little aggressive. Um, let's just have them pick our best team, and we go. Yeah, see, we get to play. We play Doggo. We play this other young guy. Boom. We play both those guys in. It's put Stitch over here, which is interesting because Stitch, I'm pretty sure he plays. Oh, okay. So he can play in the midfield. He's more of a guy who can play here. So he can play on the left. Where'd you come from? Are you on the U19 team? No? Okay. You're here, but you're just super young. Interesting. Okay. 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 I'm kind of excited, but I think this, yeah, this is gonna be good. And then this guy is a deep line playmaker on support, so shoot less often, 100%. This is the risk here. And so what I would want to do is like, for example, is put a ball-winning midfielder on defense and put him here, and then find somebody who can play a deep line support role. We should find someone who can do this role because the thing about this role is that he's yeah, he can play it, but there's gonna be more players. We're gonna do, hold on, real quick. I want to make these guys inverted wingers. I'm gonna make you an inverted winger on attack and put you on support. Reason why for that is like I'm pretty sure he is better, better at finishing and long shots. 10 at both. Oof. And you got 9 at both. Okay, better crossing, better. Okay, yeah, let's do that. And then we'll do wing backs. Yeah, wing backs on support on both sides. And then we might do you as a wing back on attack because you can actually do crossing and stuff. So yeah, I think let's do that. And then you're a target forward. Yeah, that makes sense. I like this. So we're gonna do this. Yeah, so that's gonna be our tactic to start things out with here. But we need to get some players in here to help us out. We're gonna need to get a deep line playmaker and a wing back. Those are roles we're gonna need to improve on. I think everything else will be fine. We'll go from there. This is a good start for sure. I'm excited about this. Good start. Okay, so in terms of scouting here, we're gonna move all of these scouting focuses. So we're gonna set up a couple of scouting focuses here. Number one thing to do is that we need to scout. Okay, let's at least scout all of Portugal, please. Yeah, that'd be great. And then let's set up a couple of things. So one is that I want to look for this, a deep line playmaker. Yep, I want a deep line playmaker who's at least 3 stars. Transfer and loan, top priority. I don't care. I don't care if they're free or loan. And then we will create one for this side of things too. And we'll say 3 stars as well. And we'll do top. Okay, we can't do top for that. We'll do that. And then we're going to create up a new focus. We're going to say, any position. I thought we can do like any position from. Okay. We're going to say any position, and then we're going to say your loan status is listed. And then we're going to say loan. And what this is going to do is like just keep us notified of like anybody who's on loan that we could potentially get here. And we're going to say, yeah, at least 3.5 to be on loan and ongoing too. So you can just do that forever. And then we'll set up another one, the same thing, except this time we're gonna say free. So what this does is like free transfers are going to be the bread and butter of a lot of our transfer values. Yeah. Oops, this one needs to be ongoing too. So just run these forever. And see right here, even in the loan one, okay, nope. And the free one, we already have 2 players in here. So these are players that we can sign today, right now, for free. They won't require anything. And this is what you want. You want to know this information here. So this guy is really good, actually. But I doubt he would want to sign here, though. Yeah, okay. But we know he exists. That's kind of the point. But yeah, we can say this guy here too. We don't need wingers, but if we did, yeah, we would be aware of these guys. So this is really, really good. And then hopefully we can get this information, make better decisions for the future. But that should be like the bare minimum here. Okay, so next thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and set up some training and do some other things. But that should be pretty much it for this first episode. The next one is we're gonna hop into these friendlies for the senior team. We're gonna hop through all these friendly matches and just get acquainted, get familiar with the team here. We do have a couple of affiliates I've noticed, which I think that's probably gonna change. So yeah, that'll likely change as soon as we get to the second league. Basically, we can't be affiliates with them anymore. So which is good. We want to be our own team, control our own destiny here. If they do have loans, though, we will be looking at them. If they want to loan us players. I wish they were paying us cash for that, but that would have been awesome. So the way this works in Portugal, by the way, for the rules and stages and stuff, is that there's going to be 2 stages of play here. So there are going to be 2 stages, and then there's going to be a championship group, and a relegation group stages. So top 4 will go to both stages. Will go to a group. So the top 4, both of these will go to a group, and the bottoms will go to another group. Basically, if you win that top group, you get promoted. And the bottom half, they decide who gets relegated. So our job is at least to do is win our group. Looking at the schedule too, I'm actually very happy that we don't have like a billion games like in the UK save. I was playing with Grimsby Town, and like, holy crap, there's so many games in the UK. There's just, honestly, there's too many. It's overwhelming. And I've heard the Brazilian league is worse, but it's just so many games, so many cups, so many stuff. So I'm excited to just get through this division here pretty quickly, and then hopefully we can, get around and get promoted this year. We're gonna try our best. Right now we are projected to be, let's see, season preview. We're projected to finish 5th right now, which is really good. I will take that. 5th is great. I had no idea where we were gonna sit. So 5th is great. We'll work with that.